Hello, Namaskar and Adab to all my friends from your friend astrologer and guide Irfan, once more with you from your very own channel Astro Assurance. Amongst the series that we are doing of planets in different houses, planets in different signs and different placements altogether, like signs in different houses and so on, one of the series we are also doing is to look at a more special position of planets doing very good in certain houses versus planets not doing good in certain houses. In the light, we have covered a lot of planets: Sun's best placements, Jupiter's best placements, Mars best placements, and so forth. Today we are going to cover Venus's best placements in the horoscope and where it can give you the best results. However, before we go on, a request to you that if you regularly watch my channel, you also like my videos, and if you feel that my videos help you answer some important queries in your life, answer some important questions that rise in your mind, then please help YouTube also promote these videos, so these videos also reach other people who may also be able to profit from these videos, benefit from these videos. And you can do that by virtue of subscribing to my channel, liking my videos, and also sharing my videos, because when you do that, then YouTube helps to promote those videos based on your subscriptions and liking, and through that you will earn some good karma. Please don't let go of this opportunity. Good karma is always better for us in the long run. It adds prosperity, it brings us happiness. So please go on, please subscribe to my channel, and please do share this video and like this video if you feel my channel adds value in some way to your lives. Today, now the topic for the day: what are the best placements for the planet Venus in the horoscope? I'm going to straight away start off with this second house. Venus is an excellent placement in the second house, because here the second house, irrespective of the sign it may have based on your ascendant, it has Taurus energies, and Taurus is the sign which Venus rules, so Venus is very strong in the second house. The reason also being is that Venus is the planet of materialism, money, livelihood, earning, and the second house stands for all these, specifically connected to earning and livelihood. So Venus, when it gets into the second house, it enhances the strength of the house to be able to provide a better livelihood than when it is either empty or when some other planet is placed in the second house. So Venus acts like a catalyst, helps to some extent, and in some cases even to a large extent, by helping the horoscope or the zodiac to add to the earning potential of the person and the potential to earn a better livelihood. So this is a good placement to have, because either the person may be able to earn slightly more than when the houses would be empty, or in fact sometimes may be earning a lot of money. But usually here Venus gives consistent results if Venus is strong, where the person usually may not have a dearth of things, or he or she may be born in a family where there was no dearth of things. Maybe later on the person needs to struggle in his or her own way to be able to extract better livelihood, but certainly Venus here will give some strength. Either you're born in a good family, in a better family, or you may be able to extract better wealth, or maybe exponential wealth also, based on how strong Venus is and how you use your Venus. So Venus is more about how we are able to use Venus rather than Venus giving you things on a platter. So Venus here also gives you a good refinement in your lifestyle. Here you may be a foodie. Sometimes you like to eat good food, good quality of food, go to good restaurants, go to good places to hang out, or you can also be somebody who likes to call friends over, who likes to have or share a meal with people. Seldom do these people, even if they are foodie, you will find them eating a meal on their own, especially outside. Usually it will be with somebody who's a close friend, or somebody who's an acquaintance, or somebody that they like to. And these people usually like to hang out or go to a restaurant or share a meal with somebody who they like. And these are also people who may want to experiment with their food a little bit. It's not about just going out and eating good food or trying different kinds of palates in different restaurants. These are also people who may also experiment a little bit with their food at home, how they garnish the food, what kind of same type of thing they may like to prepare in different ways. Second thing, this may also attract to them a lot of materialistic desires also. They may like intimacy, they may like good brands of clothes. There may be something about them which stands out, either in their personality or the choices that they make or who they hang around with or what they wear. So something that will stand out in their personality. These people are also very suave. They have a certain panache in their style, in their personality. They may also be able to attract people more, not just because of their looks or how they present themselves or what brand of clothes they wear, but also how they talk. There is a certain kind of sophistication in which they talk, and this is not the tact which the third house will give you. This is a genuine person. They will talk genuinely to you, and because they talk genuinely but with a lot of sophistication of language, they have a mastery over language and it comes from the heart. Usually people tend to also get inspired by them, motivated by them, and even attracted by them. So Venus will give you a host of good things in the personality, from attraction in the personality to higher livelihood, to make you a foodie, to be able to attract other people, to be able to hang around with and also share a dining space with other people who also may have a rich taste for life. Or you may also be born in a family or in a tribe which themselves are well to do, or they are people also of good stature, of good lineage. So overall, an excellent placement for Venus, all around gains for you. But ensure that you use the Venus well here, because Venus will give you an opportunity but not a guarantee that everything good will happen to you. Venus is the Karaka of the fourth house, specifically connected to houses and vehicles. So when Venus gets into the fourth house, it may attract you a good domestic partner, somebody who's good looking, who herself or himself likes a good house. They will also have a good personality. They may also have an affinity towards good houses, beautiful houses, neat and tidy houses, well kept houses, and there will be something special about the houses which this person lives in, or what the partner they get is also attracted towards. So either by themselves they will have a character where they like to live in good houses, beautiful houses, clean houses, and well presented houses. The houses may also smell well, not just look good. And there will be a certain choice, very aesthetic choice of colors of the houses. Usually they will be either lighter shades or brighter shades, no gaudy shades, not over the top dark shades for these people. There will be a certain suave, certain style in how they keep their houses. Some of them may also like to have plants or roses or flower pots in their houses, so that it adds to a certain personality to the houses. Second, Venus in the fourth house may also attract a lot of material gains for you, right from houses or property to even to those things which we may use on a day-to-day basis. So such people may also like, whether they are able to or not purchase, but they will like luxurious house, luxurious cars, good looking cars, sports cars, or upmarket cars, or those cars or those vehicles which are used by the higher society. And there is a certain taste to it. It's not about just how much money you spend on the car or the vehicle. It's about how you are able to present yourself. And usually your vehicles will also stand up for your own personality. Somebody who is very robust, very good looking, very sporty may also have that kind of a car. Somebody who is very stylish, has a certain personality, may also have a different kind of a car which also stands for more sophistication, more refinement also. So in their taste will also reflect the taste of their cars. Similarly, the things that they buy, the brands of watches they may buy, the brands of shoes they buy, everything they will have a certain style which adds to the personality. So overall a very materialistic position. Second, this may also give you a very committed spouse also, but a spouse who also contributes to the assets in the house, either directly or indirectly. Many times these people may also attract more gains in the house after they get married or after they get into a committed relationship, because the zodiac is helping you, bringing in the Venus into the house. So when the Venus enters your house, the other assets of Venus also come into the house. So usually if people have a very happy life, married life especially, then they will also find that the goodness or the goodies also get attracted to their house more by the zodiac. So overall a placement where refinement of taste, good houses, good material benefits, a good spouse, a dedicated spouse also, and gains coming through if you are somebody who's more committed in a relationship, very dedicated in a relationship, and you stand by the relationship. So if you treat the house well, if you treat yourself well, if you treat the partner well, if you are committed and you want to beautify the house, you give a lot of attention to the household, to the domestic life, to the domestic family, then you will find that the zodiac will give you a lot of happiness, a lot of beauty, a lot of peace of mind, and also very dedicated, happy environment in the home. That is the placement of Venus in the 4th house for you. Venus in the 5th house is also an excellent placement. In fact, this is one of the all-round placements for Venus. One of the reasons is 5th house is the strong house of gains. Venus going into the 5th house attracts a lot of gains for you. You can attract gains right from education. You may have a good education in good schools, where each and every person may not be able to have access to those kinds of schools. Maybe a little upmarket schools also, or in an upmarket place that you go to, or in school you may also have some upmarket, more sophisticated friends, or it may also add to your romantic life. Some of the people with Venus in the 5th house either may be good looking, or even if they are not good looking, they may have something magnetic about themselves, because of which they will find a lot of very good looking people, better looking than them, may also be attracted to these people. So they have certain style in their personality, they may have a certain way of presenting themselves, some magnetism in their personality, that people from even one strata up may be attracted towards them, or want to be close to them, or want to be even intimate with them. So sometimes these people may also attract 2 or 3 partnerships or 2 or 3 relations, which is based on the looks first, and then maybe later on it may get to a commitment in some cases. But usually they'll find that attraction happens more because of the looks, and then because of the intimacy that they need, and then after 2 or 3 relationships they find that hollowness in the relationship is not serving them, and that's when they slowly move towards a more committed relationship. So they may start off with people who are more good looking initially, but later on they move slowly towards the character in a person, a personality in a person, rather than good looks. So this is a Venus teaching you lessons of romance, of intimacy, slowly over a period of time. But your belly is full based on good looks that get attracted towards you, and intimacy which the zodiac gives you. The other thing Venus does is Venus gives you a plethora of opportunities to get connected to the arts. Some people have found with Venus in the 5th house, they may have some artistic talent, but they may not be able to use it to the full. They may start off with some talent. Many of them are aware that they have some artistic touch to them, some artistic bone in them, yet may not take it to the fullest. Many people who take it to the fullest also do very well, especially in the artistic medium. Some of the very good singers, some of the very good dancers, some of the very good performers may have Venus in the 5th house. But what I have also found is many times Venus in the 5th house, excellent artists, but they may not get the name and fame which Venus promises them, especially if they don't have a very strong sun. So here Venus will give you the artistic bone, will give you artistic touch, will give you artistic fingers, or artistic mind, or artistic way of talking or singing, but usually such people may be able to take it to an extent, but not usually extract the biggest gains out of this placement. The other thing Venus does in the 5th house will also give you a flair for, or a touch of being able to invest money in the right places, in the right format. So usually such people can do well, especially if they put money in the stock market connected to Venus. For example, IT, computers, or commodities, or real estate, or jewelry, or the royal metals, the gold stocks, or something related to the upmarket things, or maybe to a media house, or something connected to Venus, and then making your investments in that, or even making investments in a house or landed property may also give them gains over a period of time. So overall, a good placement of Venus in the 5th house, which attracts you good intimacy, good looking partners, later on even committed partners, gives you education in a more upmarket school, or connected to people who are more upmarket, or rich quality of education ability to you, richness in the arts, richness in how you are able to present yourself, a certain magnetism in your personality. So overall, if you are able to use this Venus, this is a more all-rounder Venus, which can give you an excellent prospects in the long run, if Venus is very strong in the 5th house. Venus in the 7th house is also an excellent placement and one of the best placements of Venus. One, Venus is very comfortable in the 7th house. The 7th house is Libra energies. So here Venus gives you something very, very precious in today's time, which is the sense of balance. So usually such people will not only be looking at their own needs, many times in trying to be more fair to others, they tend to tilt the balance towards the other person. So very committed people, very dedicated people, wanting to be fair, and so believe that if I give a little bit more in the relationship, in the partnership, to my team members, to my spouse, it is fair, and because of which they tend to give more and more. But the challenge here is sometimes they don't know where to stop, so they end up giving most here. So they sometimes they make the most dedicated partners, most committed of partners also. On the other hand, they may also attract partners who themselves may be very good looking, or these people themselves may have a certain characteristics in them which makes them very magnetic towards the opposite gender. So sometimes what happens is, even when they are already in a committed relationship, they may still attract suitors to them. In fact, before getting into a committed relationship, they may have 2 or 3 choices also, whether should I go with A person or B person. So if Venus is strong, they may end up making the right choice. If Venus is weak or afflicted, they may make the wrong choice, only to get to learn later on that maybe this was not the best choice. Still, Venus gives you the best placement of attracting good partners, very good partnerships. So this can be very good placement for doing business in a partnership. In the long run, this, if you are true to the partnership, if you are dedicated, and if you are ready to make the balance in how much you are ready to give to the other and how much you want for yourself, and you treat people with more dignity, and you also are able to communicate with the richness that Venus expects you to, then you will find that over a period of time you may get very good gains in getting a very good committed partner, or very good partnership through which you make good money, or you have attractive partners who are also in a stable relationship with you in the long run. This brings a certain sense of balance in you, how much you want to give to others. Through that, you are able to get very good acquaintances, very good connections, very good relations with people across the board. So this also gives you a certain reputation where a lot of people like you, a lot of people respect you, a lot of people want to be with you or work with you, want to be in your team also. So if you have Venus in the 7th house and a strong Venus, this will give you better perspective, this will give you better balance, this will also give you good presentation skills, this may give you a very committed and stable relationship, this may also give you good prospect in doing good in business in a partnership as well. That is the Venus placed in the 7th house for you. One of the best placements of Venus. Now when Venus gets into the 10th house, this is a slightly tricky placement for Venus, but yet one of the better placements for Venus. One is because Venus, the planet of money, finance, has gone directly into the 10th house. So this can get you connected to finance, to accounts, something to do with numbers, something to do with money, something to do with wealth, or something to connect it to managing wealth, accounting for wealth, or working with money, working with banks. So a number of possibilities getting connected to money, finance, accounting, all make these possibilities. Second, Venus in the 10th house, this promises you, if you use the Venus well, then this can give you excellent gains over a period of time. But one which is very important here is that you need to be able to respect and have good relationship with the opposite gender. Then Venus tends to be able to give you better fruits over a period of time. Because Venus in the 10th house is directly getting you connected to, if you are able to do better and keep the promise, keep the principles and values which Venus also represents with the opposite gender, then you may be able to do better in your work environment. This may also give you a boss or a supervisor or a manager who is himself or herself from the opposite gender. So this means that you may be having a boss who is either, if you are a male, you may be having more female bosses, but or at least one female boss who in the long run may also work to your advantage, or you may be able to get better relationship with opposite gender bosses rather than from your own gender. You may find that working with opposite gender bosses, you hit out better with them, you have better rapport with them, and they tend to benefit you more. But here, as I said, it is a tricky placement. You will have to work on the relationship to be able to extract best gains from your supervisors, from managers of the opposite gender. And you will find some way or the other, you will find that you get connected to higher authorities who may be of opposite gender. Women will find that if they have Venus in the 10th house, then they will have male bosses who they tend to do much better with, who treat them much better with more respect, rather than getting benefits from female bosses as well. The other thing here Venus gets you connected to is to do better in those areas which add value to people's life, the better quality of life, better homes, better upkeep of their life, having more comforts of the house, having more comforts of the family. So Venus also connects you to all those businesses which were connected to making the home better, making people look better, making people's life more comfortable, making people's life more luxurious, or supporting others in a more supportive, nourishing environment, in a more helpful environment also. So Venus in the 10th house will attract you money, will attract you good bosses, will attract you good relations with the opposite gender at work, may also get you connected to somebody in the opposite gender where you find romance at work, or you find some romantic liaison with work. But be careful how you treat that relationship, because here, if you don't tend to be committed and be nice to the person, especially if you fall in a romantic relationship, then Venus can also turn otherwise to you. So use the Venus well to your advantage, and then Venus will be able to give you the best profits if Venus is placed in the 10th house for you. Now Venus in the 11th house is also an excellent placement. Here Venus gets you connected to the large social world. So here you can hang around with some very good looking people, some very well-to-do people, some very sophisticated people, or even celebrities. So here Venus gives you the promise, no guarantees, but surely the promise that if you use the Venus well, or if Venus is very strong, an exalted Venus, friendly sign Venus, especially with aspects of a benefic, Venus in very good dignity, Venus in a good yoga, then this can take you to places. This can get you to companies, large organizations who themselves have a huge brand, the Googles of the world, the Facebooks of the world, the IBMs of the world. So some of the better brands of companies who themselves have a certain glamour attached to them, you may be able to get into that. Or with Venus in the 11th house, you may get into the media industry or the glamour industry, or in some business where you can do very, very well. This may also get you connected to those businesses which make the house rich, all domestic appliances, real estate, or jewelry, something good that life gets you connected to on the material side. You can do very well either in organizations working there, or in reaching very high in those positions, or doing business in them also, or gets you connected to those people who themselves are working in these industries. So you may hang around with the best of people. You may also like to socialize a lot. You may have very good looking friends outside. The challenge here is you may not end up having the most beautiful spouse, but you may have much better looking people with Venus in the 11th house. Here Venus may also take you to places, will also get you connected to many organizations and many people who are top of the block. So if you have Venus in the 11th house, use it to your advantage socially, getting connected to people who are much better looking, more richer than you, more sophisticated than you, more good looking than you, and have already made a place for themselves, or reaching the top of the echelon in some large organizations which themselves have huge names, or being able to make your name much more, where a lot of people may end up liking you, wanting to be with you, close to you also. Venus also gives you the promise and the probability to be able to yourselves end up being a big influencer, big celebrity yourself. So Venus in the 11th house is given to you, a lottery in the making. Use it to your advantage, and you never know where it will take you. Now Venus in the 12th house, Venus we know gets exalted in the sign of Pisces. So the 12th house has Pisces energy. So Venus usually does very well in the 12th house. Unless Venus is very damaged here, then what Venus can do is, Venus may still give you the good quality of life. You like good things in life, but here Venus will make you splurge. Venus will make you make those expenses which you may not be able to afford, or sometimes you become hand to mouth, which means you earn a lot of good money, but you end up splurging almost every bit of it, and there's hardly anything left. So this gives you the good quality of life, or you, whatever money you get, less or more, you end up spending every penny for some reason or the other. So money may not stick to you or stick with you. Either you spend your money because you need to, because there is a need, or you spend money because you feel that I afford this, or I can afford that, or I like that, or I deserve that. And so Venus sometimes make you splurge money or push your expenses, not keep you within limits, whether you earn less or more. Venus here also gets you connected to the better things in life. So either you will be a foodie, or you like to have good clothes, or you like to have something which you collect, either watches or shoes or clothes or perfumes, or wanting to go on holiday, or be a foodie, or wanting to socialize with friends. Venus will give you one thing out of these which you will not be able to get away easy from, and which you end up splurging money on. Venus may also get you into more than one relationship at a time. There is a danger, no guarantee, but a danger. But you may like it as long as it continues. There's a lot of intimacy involved, there's a lot of romance involved, there is also a hidden element involved which also makes it spicy but risky also, and adventurous. Some people like it, but there may be also fall from grace if Venus is not well placed here. But overall, Venus in the 12th house will give you the good quality of life, some of the best things that you may do or get attracted to or avail of them. One of the things that Venus also does in the 12th houses will also make you do more for society in the long run. So you may go through a life where you have led a life of all materialistic pleasures, splurging on yourself, doing the best for yourself, spending money on something or on friends or the social life or the extravagant life, or pushing the limits. But as time goes by, it tends to make you more sober, and then you mature to an extent where you feel, I've got all these pleasures of life, I don't want anything of it more. And then you tend to become more simplistic rather than materialistic. And then towards the fag end of your life, or maybe the last 20 to 30 years of your life, you tend to give up more materialistic pleasures, and you find affinity towards simplistic pleasures. And then you also have the pleasure, or you find the pleasure of giving, doing more for others, doing charities, helping others, helping the children, helping the opposite gender, something which will help, which will make you from inside want to give, want to share, want to do more for others. But there will always be a bone in you somewhere, the hidden child, the hidden lover, the human romantic, maybe even a little bit of Casanova in which you, or the person who likes to live it up, which will never die till the end of their life. There will always be something which will still treasure, maybe you will keep it safe also, maybe to hand over to the next legacy. But that richness, that being a prince or queen of hearts within your heart, will always remain with you till the end of your life, where in the end of your life, which ends up making you more spiritual, more connected to the higher spiritual energy, through more giving off to doing more others, you will also be able to elevate your soul to the highest realm of spirituality. So friends, check which of these houses Venus is placed in your horoscope. This gives you an excellent opportunity to be able to use Venus better than in the other houses. But here the challenge is to be able to use it well, to stick to your principles and values, to be able to curb the extravagance in you, be able to respect the opposite gender, to be able to carry yourself with dignity. Then the zodiac promises you much more than what you started off with. So friends, like this video, share this video, and if you're looking for a personal consultation from me, please reach out to me, the link given below. Till some other time with some other video, this is your friend astrologer and guide Irfan signing off. Ciao.